Hello guys, it's Paula and I'm back for part 2 of the library pockets for Christmas in July. Now, I kind of prepped a few things so it wouldn't take us as long and maybe we could get a third one done this time. So let's start with there's all kinds of ways to do something like this. These were the last two. If you didn't see the first video, these are the last two that we did. Now, I'm not adding, other than this type of lace at the top, I'm not adding any kind of fabric or anything like that to these because they don't necessarily need to look super vintage. And I think that they will take up less room in the December dailies. After doing it last year, there are certain things that take up a lot of room. Now, in the front of the book is where these usually go. And so I don't feel like I put too much bulk on them. But anyway, this one has a little bit of bulk. So my goal is to kind of try to work not to get a lot of that bulk. Okay, so I've got everything inked on this one. And I've figured out where things need to be cut. Now, I didn't get all the stuff cut, but so this is the paper that's going to go over the top of this, and I went ahead and drew around it. Let's see how it turned out. See if I got it straight. That's the big thing, because that has been kind of a weird part of this, that sometimes it doesn't come out straight. It's this trimmer. I know it is. I should have took advantage and went in the other room, but the puppy is sleeping right now, so it makes my life easier when she's doing that when I shoot a video. So, okay. Hope you guys are having a great day. I've been busy. Oh my goodness. Just trying to recover from going to my sister's is a little bit of fun. That's not quite straight, of course, but I drew it straight because I looked at it to make sure. Let me get up against here. It looks straight, but it's not coming out straight. So I'm going to try to straighten it on the trimmer and see if that doesn't make a difference. If not, we'll just leave it and come up with something else, right? Okay, so it looks straight to me. It's not quite as long as I wanted it to be, but and that will work just fine. If we decide, we can cut another one. Okay, now here is this one is going to be the base of the pocket. I got to look and see where I marked everything. Right there's one. Let's just do it first and hope that it goes straight. Okay. And then where is the other mark? Right there. So, all right. So we should be good to go here. Although I think this just cut really crooked too. What is the deal with this trimmer? Oh my word. Making me crazy. It hasn't been cutting as perfect, but maybe it's because the pocket's not perfect. Look at that. It worked on that one. Let's see if we can cut. While we're cutting, let's see if we can cut another piece of this green to fit better, if I have any more. Yeah, I have this one little piece. Oh my goodness. Nope, we don't have enough. So that's all right. We can add a trim of something along the bottom if we decide to. Excuse me, got hoarse there for a second. Okay, now, yeah, that's what we'll do. So I thought on this one, we could do some cardinals across here. And I have these cute little cardinal paper. Now, I don't know how far this paper will go, but I'm going to try to fussy cut, not fussy cut like you think. I'm just kind of going to go around the image like this. okay, and just kind of have them in a roll, because I don't want tails hanging down in front of faces and faces hanging in front of tails. I just want it to look, you know, like a bunch of cardinals. Now, we only need 3. That will be plenty for what we're going to do. So I'm going to stop that right there. And I'm just doing a circle cut kind of around them. Just, you know, the size of the birds. We're not really fussy cutting. This is going to be an interesting shaped paper, though. We may decide we don't like that. Maybe I don't like that. So, so we're gonna, I'm thinking that because the paper's not all working out like I want it to, that I could fussy cut those, but I don't know about that. That could take a while. So I think what I'll do is do this one off camera and maybe show it to you sometime, because I don't want you to have to sit through fussy cutting. If we have time at the end of this video, we will sit through fussy cutting. How's that? That way I don't keep you forever. That's what I'm thinking. So let's move on. We've got 2 more to make. And I don't know if, yeah, we have a little bit of cutting to do on those 2. So we're going to do an old Santa in a sleigh from an old magazine. I don't know. I honestly do not know the age of the old magazine. So I'm going to lay this right here and try to get this straight first. This side is not perfect as it might look. Kind of has that look of like I'm straight, but I can tell it's not. And I'm just going to line it up on a line here so I know on the trimmer that it will be straight when it's all said and done. Hopefully. Hopefully. Okay, so that looks straight. Looks kind of jaggedy though. What's up with that? Don't like that jaggedy look. My blade can't possibly be that old. Sometimes you just have to go back and get the little jaggedy stuff. Okay, so there is that portion. Now I'm going to measure it right here. I didn't have it all done, obviously. I want to move it up where everybody can see. So we're going to do it like this, and then I'm going to mark it with my pencil right there and right there. Let's see if we can get this straight. Only we will know. Crazy thing. Okay. Trying to get this through here where I can see the little area that we need to trim it from. Okay, so that is the bottom portion here. It goes right here. And then we're going to put this Santa over it. I thought the reds were perfect because the Santa almost looked orange because, you know, it's an old browned up book. So now we also need to cut to fit in the little box up here. I'm going to measure this time and just see. So that it is actually 1 1/4 by 3. 1 1/4 by 3. Let's try cutting it that way. Excuse me. 1 1/4. Let's do the 3 first. Now we'll see what happens. We've got 1 1/4 right there. I think it's straight. Shocker, right? I'm fixing to find out. Might be a little long. Excuse me, guys. Isn't that how it goes? You get on video and you start coughing. Pardon me. Grab a drink while I'm there to kind of make it quit tickling. Yeah, it was still pretty off. Look at that. So I'm just going to trim it with some scissors, and hopefully it holds still while I do that. Let's make sure. I'm in an awkward position. I'm trying to not let this thing move. We'll see what happens. You never know. You can be going along, get to the very end, and it moves, you know? Let's see if it did that. Let's see if it held still. Well, not really, but we're going to make it work. Okay, now we're going to ink these. Okay, and then we're going to ink the other red because we've already inked the Santa. Okay, so everything's ready to glue. So I'm going to get right here. We're going to go ahead and glue this first. And see what we come up with. Come on. It's so funny when you have a smaller hole in the end of your glue, it goes smaller, but it also helps to keep the glue from just gushing out all the time. You know how it does. And so it's worth it to me to let it do that. Just, it is gushing out of here too. I didn't feel like I put that much on there, but it's not bad. There we go. It's looking cute, huh? I like those polka dots. So now let's put it on this pocket down at the bottom. Now I'm going to smooth that down so it doesn't leave a big blob in one place. Okay, so let's see if we can get it on here straight. Keep your fingers crossed. It is not perfectly square, but I'm not going to worry about it. You know, nobody's going to notice a little crookedness. It's homemade, right? That's what I try to always tell myself. This is homemade. Don't recut it. Because I've done that before. So now I'm going to glue on this Santa in his sled that says Merry Christmas. I really like this old vintage looking Santa. Okay, just making sure I got all my little corners covered there. I always try to straighten before I lay it down so I can get it in the right spot. The reason I like to use Fabri-Tac is because you have plenty of time to move stuff around. If you use glitter glue, which will hold, but it'll hold a lot sooner than you want it to. You won't have time to move it around at all, unless you're super quick. Okay, so we got that on, our little vintage Santa. I like to look in old magazines. And when I say old, I'm talking super old. I buy super old magazines, stuff that are considered vintage. And I go from there. Okay, so here is how this pocket's going to look. And we've got this cute little tree. Now, I know that this tree is taller than our band, but I'm still going to use him right there. Okay? I'm going to run him through the Xyron because he's got all these fussy cut edges. And I want to make sure all that is down well. Okay? And just rub it down really good to get all the edges. Come on. There we go. Get the tree off. Pull out the card. And I am going to put it right there. Now, it does have a straight bottom, but that's all right. We don't have to have it setting on anything, do we? I think it looks fine, just like that. Now, we're going to put it back in here. I like that we're doing them all different, you know. I'm going to look in this Tim Holtz. Oh, where did it go? There it is. I was getting frustrated for a second. And see if there's anything that it says about Santa, or have a holly jolly Christmas. Happy holidays. Let it snow. Joy to the world. No peeking. Have deck the halls. Be good for goodness sake. It's beginning to look like Christmas. Or dear Santa. There was one up here that mentioned the tree, I thought. No, maybe it was just, could have swore I saw one that mentioned the tree. Oh well, so I'm thinking we could do wishing you a very Merry Christmas, or just happy holidays, or joy to the world. Okay, we can't take much time doing this, Paula. Just do it. Just take one. Let's do joy to the world. That just looks like it could go with that, doesn't it? Joy to the world. It looks like the back of this has come loose, which means I probably need to put some glue on there. Yep, that's what happened. Okay, let me get this down here and get it glued. It just kind of separated, it looks like. Come out of there, my goodness. All right, there we go. Now, if we can keep it from oozing out everywhere. Yeah, that works, right? Okay, let's put a little ink around it to cover up the white edges. And we're going to put this up by the Christmas tree. So, it has sticky on the back, but I've handled it super. My fingers have been all over the whole thing. So, I thought we better use some glue. All right. Joy to the world. Make sure that's straight. And it is. There we go. Now, got sticky all over me, just so you know. But it's okay. I will survive. All right, here we go. We're going to put some more lace at the top of this. And then also we're going to add, why is it, well, you have to get this just in the right spot. And I still have gesso on my fingernails from several days ago. And it's just not, I'm going to have to get some fingernail polish remover to get it off, I guess. I thought it would wear off pretty quick. That's what it usually does. Okay, here we go, finally. Let's get this on here straight as possible. Close enough. Can't be too picky with this because when you put the double-sided tape on, yeah, you just have to cooperate with it. That's why it's hard to see if you're centered or straight or whatever. Okay, and I thought we'd add a piece of rickrack, red rickrack. I ran some of these through the Xyron early just so I didn't have to bore you with that. So we'll just take one of these and put it at the top. Give it a different look. Now, let me see if we have a little gem that might be the right color. I have red and green, and I tell you, there's not much green in here, so I'm going to go with another little red one. I think we'll be all right. If I can get it out of the package. These packages, oh my word, these little gems stick to these packages like crazy. So I'm going to use some of this. And let's put it right here. Right at the top. I'm just trying to give a little sparkle, not a lot, to each of these. So now we're stuck to the table. So I'm going to pull the trim off on the side of these. Well, maybe. Who knows? Maybe not. Just so we can trim the edges of the ribbon. Use my bigger scissors to do that. They're a little stronger. Yeah, now it's sticking to everything. Let's see. Let's see if I can get this little edge. There we go. Turn it around. Do the same thing. come off of there. It doesn't like to cooperate. Alrighty. So I think we got a pretty good one. Let's see how our time's doing. We just finished one and we're at 25 minutes. So we can get another one in. I have one over here that I wanted to do that is a snowman. So kind of a little bit of this and a little bit of that, you know. Going to Granny's house and then going to, got Santa and a Christmas tree, and the other one is gingerbread man. So this gives us quite a lot to go on. So here you go. I want you to see that one, and I'll put it to the side, and when we're done, we'll look at it again. Okay, so here we have the last one we're gonna make. And because the cardinal one I didn't like the looks of it. So I've already got the paper cut out for these, just heads up. If we have time, we'll work on that fifth one. But I thought I was trying to see if I could make this work. So we have Mr. and Mrs. Snowman. So I'm going to glue them down. They're already inked. Let's see what we can get going here. Come on, come on, come on. I had to add a little bit of trim to the bottom of this snowman strip that I had in my scraps. All I've done on any of these is use my scraps. I just pulled them out of my winter scrap pocket or table or drawer or whatever. It's a drawer. Okay, now I'm going to center this on here. All right, looking good. The puppy has not been eating well. I guess it's finally hit that age where it's not interested. I didn't ink this one. I thought I had. This is going to go on top of the card right there. So, yeah, this one was pretty simple, except I was trying to match up paper. And so that's why I went ahead and cut it out, because I had to see if I had enough. I mean, I didn't really have hardly any of this, but I thought it would look cute with the mama and the daddy and the children. Well, actually, one child and a puppy dog. Isn't he cute? I thought he was. So, wasn't perfect, but we will just shy a little bit right there. And I think that's all right. Now, this is going to go in here. And I think up here we'll do rickrack. Why not? We'll just do rickrack. And we'll add a green gem up here at the top. And again, I ran this through my Xyron because it's so thin. Here we go, another strip. And we'll get I'm going to see if there's a Tim Holtz saying for snowman. Maybe Let It Snow was right here. Let's do that one. Oh, crud, it's coming up too. Let's see if that's the only one. Baby, oh baby, it's cold outside. I like that one. Let's do that. At least right here, right? Mom and Dad can be saying that. That's what I'm thinking. This one is pretty sticky, but I think I'm going to put a little bit of glitter glue on the back because it's faster and easier, but it will glue. Okay. All right. So, baby, it's cold outside. I'm wondering, whoops, just dropped it on the table. Maybe we can put this underneath. Yeah. Just want it kind of be straight. You may not get it moved, so it's not perfect, but who cares? And I think up on the babies, on the children, we're going to put Let It Snow because we have it, and why not? I'm thinking I like that. If I can get hold of it. Okay, put a little bit of ink and a little bit of glue. Now this one is kind of separating too. I've had these forever. And I say let's use them this year, right? And get rid of them. I practically have used every page up. So I don't have even a full page of these for Christmas. Add a little bit to the back. A little bit of glue seeping out there. But I think that's cute. Let's get a couple green. Maybe we'll use 2 of these little green ones. If I can get in there, figure out where it's at, what it's actually sticking to. Isn't that crazy? Oh, there it is right there. All right, so let's put a little bit. Do we want to put it up here? Let's put 2 up here. 1 there and 1 there. I say that will look good. And hopefully it will stay. And hopefully I'll get the other one down before the glue dries. Doesn't take much for it to dry on you. Awesome. That one didn't take long at all. Of course, I did have a lot of it already done. And I think we have time to do one more. So why not? If I can get this trimmed off of here, it's kind of sticking to my scissors now. I need to get a wipey after them. Yeah, that'd be all right. If we go any more, we'll just not have any rickrack. So the one thing is about rickrack, you don't have to, it don't have to be perfect. I will say that one more time. Okay, so now we got to wipe the scissors off, but let me show you how our snow family came out. I thought that was cute too. Let me wipe this off real fast. So we will have scissors to use. Oh, let me get this lid back on this glue before it dries solid on the inside. Because it's glue, the reason these little tips have to be put right back in is because the glue does dry so fast that, and it holds because it does dry so fast that is, it'll plug up it'll plug up your glue in its fine tip. So that one's cleaned off. Now, if you do what I'm doing right now, you got to make sure you have a lot of thickness and try to keep your finger back. Otherwise, you're going to stick to your scissors or get your finger cut off. Not an easy way to say any of that, right? Okay, so let's get this trash off of here and move on to number 3. And you know what? I think I've come up with a way in my head that we can do the birds. Or at least we're going to try. So we're going to put the background down, okay? Right here. We already had it all cut. And we'll put all that down. We'll put the mat down. I've been thinking on how we could do this. Whether it works or I can remember is another thing. Okay, let's just try using the glitter glue this time and see what happens, right? Okay. Now, I know this bottle's getting pretty low. The only thing about using this is I get impatient on how long it takes to kind of, you know, get the glue on there. I'm just used to Fabri-Tac just sailing right along. Okay. Let's put this down here. And I did get glue on my paper, so let's try to get that off. And it's seeping out over there. I'm not as, I've used glitter glue for years, okay? But I'm not as fond of it as I am the Fabri-Tac. But, because I like to have time to move. But it will hold nicely. Okay. I wouldn't use it on my binding or anything like that, but you know, anything with paper, it should do fine. Okay, so now we've got this to put on here. We'll just get these base parts put down first, and then we don't have to think about it. Okay, so come along here. Okay. I know this isn't perfect, but it'll work. Trim off this little edge. Get that paper off of there. And off the table. It's everywhere. Okay, so let me close up this glue. I'm doing it left-handed, so I don't know. There it goes, maybe. See, it doesn't take long. You can feel it pushing through the glue. Let me try it again. And I've bent my little needle so many times. It's crazy. Okay, so I'm trying to find a place to put my wipey without getting everything wet. So we've got this pretty much where we want it. Let's put this in here. Now, I want to do red birds. And I'm just going to take my little fussy cut scissors that were laying right in front of me. Now, where are they? What? Where'd they go? Can it be any crazier? I know I brought them back out because I had stuck them in something by mistake, and there they are. All right, I'll quit whining. Now, these are slower than the average fussy cut scissors, but since we have some time, I'm going to see what I can do. Now, I'm not going to get super close to the bird. I'm just, you know, I might in places. I'm not going for perfection. I just want them to not look odd when they're cut out. And these little scissors can handle this little small stuff. I paid like $12 for them, and I think you could get them at just about any scrapbook store or any store that sells, you know, specialty scissors. Scrapbook.com or Amazon would be where I would look. And see, it's not taking that long to get around this little booger. And when I say little, you can tell how little he is up against my thumb. He's pretty small. Yeah, and then we'll run some ink around him, and we won't even notice that he has a little bit of white on him in certain areas. Yeah. Not so shoddy, right? Now see, I think he's kind of cute right here on this one. Now, whether or not we want a bunch more, I don't know. I have other ways of covering this down here. I just have to find it. I think there's a little girl on here that is under the Christmas tree. I think is really cute. So it doesn't have to be just about the Cardinals, right? Or I have a little girl skating. Ice skating. Now these are, I didn't realize these were clear stickers. Bummer. So, I can stick it on some white. Let me grab it. Actually, tea stain paper. I didn't realize that she was going to be clear. If you put her on here, you would not see most of her. Okay, and I'm just going to cut around the little clear part of this, the same shape. I'm just going to cut around it with my scissors, which I didn't expect to do. But that's all right. Sorry, I had it back by me. Sometimes I forget that I'm even video. And I see better when I have it close up. Okay. All right, come on, come on. Taking forever, Paula. We will have to use glue on her to get it down where we want it. So see, she's cute. I think she looks cute on there. But we need something else on here to coordinate. I'm thinking while we're looking here, or while I'm looking. Let's see. The little girl's too big to put over there. We have this red cardinal here. I'm thinking of putting him because he's where you can hang him from the side with the way he's made. If I can get him off of this little sheet, and again, I'm going to have to put him on something, which I don't know how he'll fussy cut. Now, where did my paper go? Isn't it funny how your paper just disappears on you? Okay, so there he is. Isn't he cute? I think he's adorable. Let Let me see how much time we got. Yeah, I don't have to worry about it. This is going to be the last one, but we still have 15 minutes. Yeah. Get that out of my way. So she's skating right over to say hello to the cardinal. That's what I'm visualizing while she's out skating. Somehow, even though we're not fussy cutting right up against him, he just looks better than the paper ones did. I think it's because of the way they looked identical. Just didn't look right to me. So he's going to come off of this. Well, I said he was going to come off the side, but I don't know how. We'll just do him our own little way, right? And then let's ink around her real quick. And we'll get her put down. And we're going to use our glue again. Now, on this one, I'm going to get him placed on here first, but I'm going to have to trim some of him off, I'm sure. Okay. Mostly because he's kind of odd. Got to bring him off like he's on a branch. And I don't think that will be difficult. Except that we will. And of course, that's another thing. Glitter glue is super thin. So it almost feels like water, you know. And so it's even easier for it to ooze out, I think, than some of the others. Okay. Probably should slap a little ink on there. All right, so there we go. There she is. Let's do the little girl now. All right. Make sure this isn't going to get all over me, I mean. Okay. So she's going to go check out the bird. She's skating over. We're believing that, right? I just didn't like the other birds, so she got brought into the story. Just so you know, I will be taking custom orders for Christmas books or December dailies, which will be little golden books, unless you tell me differently. Yeah. That way I can get started ahead, and I can even do videos on them ahead if I'd like, you know, and on some of them anyway. And if there's a certain theme you want, if I can give that to you, I will, but I can't make any promises, because sometimes you just can't find that book or whatever. I kind of have to go with what's out there to get hold of. Now, we're going to do one more Christmas label. I'm not super crazy about this, I'm not going to lie. Let's do one that says, may your let's see, have a holly jolly Christmas. I'm going to put it up by the birds. I I think this is funny. I just found one that says no beaking, no peeking. But I thought that would be cute. It makes me think of no beaking. Let's do something small for, let's do 'Tis the Season. Right here for the little girl and the bird. I think I'm going to put it right here in the middle. See if I can get it straight though. And up by the bird, let's do a big one so we can cover a lot of space. Have a holly jolly Christmas. That's what we're going to do. And I'll look and see if I have anything for the ones that don't have names tags on, or little tags on them. And we can do that for them as well. I just forgot about it at first. So I'm going to have to go across our little bird to get this to fit, but that's okay. If I put it on the top, it will look weird on his head because it still won't clear. Yeah, I like that. Now I am going to put on this one, I don't have it cut out, but I'll put some rickrack on this one too at some point. I don't know if we're going to have time right this second. So let me get some titles on these others and then we'll go back and do that if we can. Here's the gingerbread house that doesn't have anything on it. And we got something on this one. We don't have anything other than Merry Christmas on this one. And I think really that's what looks good. So I'm going to leave that. And the gingerbread house, let's see what we've got. We can just put Season's Greetings, can't we? Season's Greetings. You have to use seasonings. I've had a long day already. This is my second video today, so whoopsie. I'm getting a little crazy. Getting a little crazy indeed. Okay. Now, let me see. Where do we want to put this one? Let's put it up here. I think it'll look better right in that same spot right here. Yeah, but I do want to get in there and clip. I know this is stupid. This little piece off is bugging me. Okay, right there. So Season's Greetings on the gingerbread man. And now let's trim out some rickrack for up here. Yeah. So I'm going to run that through the Xyron also. Let me get this tip cleaned off so I can get my needle back in here. Look how crooked it is. Can you see that? It's pretty crooked. It's because I wait too long to put the needle back, or the straight pin back in, and that doesn't help me any, right? Okay, so let me move this big pile of paper out of my way. And let me get my Xyron. This will go fast because it's super simple. And yeah. pull it straight through. Hopefully they don't cross over each other. That's what they're trying to do. Okay, just want to rub them down again. Take the plastic top off, which I usually stick on the bottom. Pull off your sticker. Put it where it needs to go, which is straight across. Looks like that's nice and straight. And one more. And we got to get out some red little gems. And this time I'm thinking, where'd they go? This time I'm thinking, where do I want it? Let's just put it in this corner. It's kind of bare, right? No real purpose for these little gems, just a little shine. Is what my purpose is, I guess. I'm going to trim off the zigzag on both sides, and voila, that one's done too. Okay, so I'm going to lay them all out here. If I can get this tip has about had it. Okay, if I can get all this off my hands that stuck to me, we will bring them all out. Okay, so in today's video, we did this one with the Cardinals, we did Santa, and we did the Snowman family. I love the way all of them, let's separate the reds. Well, now we got greens together. That did a lot of good, right? Okay, so let me make sure you can see them. And I'm going to move them up just a little bit so you can see the others also. Hope you guys enjoyed this project, part 1 and part 2. And this is the end of this 2-part series of library cards and pockets. Just a variety to go in our little golden books for December dailies. So if you guys haven't subscribed, please do. We're trying to get to 2,000 so we can have a giveaway. And I'm hoping that I can find time to make a book to put all the pages in. We still have I believe one page left to make. We'll do our altered book tomorrow. And tomorrow, after that altered book, then we'll try to do a rainbow page. Okay. We'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.